Greetings agents and welcome to another Division 2 build video. However, before we get into it, I need to talk to you about a DJ named Tickle. DJ-Tickle is a friggin' unicorn. He streams 5 days a week playing the Division 2 and he spends his entire time carrying and helping people through the Dark Hours raid on repeat. He and his crack group of people complete the raid very comfortably while you tag along, learning all you can, or in my case, running around in a circle trying to find something to shoot because they've already killed everything. There is no shouting, no noob shaming, it's all very calm and relaxed, a chill place to learn the raid, get carried, or just have people to play with. They drop all their spare gear, and even the occasional eagle bearer or two if someone is lucky enough to get one. And it is thanks to these great people that I am able to do this video on Negotiator's Dilema. So let's get into it. Negotiator's Dilemma seems to have a lot of the community split. Is it good? Is it bad? So in a few of the discords that I'm in that revolve around Division 2, I asked why it's considered bad and to give legitimate reasons. Annoyingly, all I got was, and I quote, "It is trash and it's not aces." So I went and got the set. I am using a custom P416G3 and Merciless for its holstered passive, the 5% chance of my shots to cause an explosion, although often I am using Merciless itself. The 2-piece bonus is 10k armor on kill, doesn't seem a lot but it's great, trust me. 3-piece is 30% health, you really need this, and the 4-piece seems a bit odd, the 30% explosion resistance, but it does have a purpose. 5-piece, enemies that deplete your armor get a grenade launched at their face. And 6-piece, explosions caused by the player give you and your team 10% explosive damage and you also get 10% armor. This stacks 4 times for 40% explosive damage and 40% armor. Now it is true that this set doesn't give the same damage output or team buff capability of aces, which is why I think a lot of people are caught up on comparing it to aces. But what this set does have is tanking and punishment. It is a very tanky build and I'm not even optimized yet, and I've only really got one set to play around with, so I've really got to pick and choose what I recalibrate, and I've made a few mistakes along the way, but honestly now I am just walking through heroic missions and bounties like they're nothing. Yet to try this in the raid itself, but I imagine it will do just fine. It's a very selfish build as well. The fact that it can offer slight buffs to allies is an okay side effect at best. General playstyle is quite odd. It's similar to a clutch build, but rather than regenerating your health, it is armor. This is why you need a balance of health and armor. Get up close and personal with your enemies, building up the stacks and armor buffs. After 10 seconds, these buffs will start to expire. At this point, slow down your attacks and let the enemy deplete your armor. Boom, grenade. This is also why you need to get quite close. Grenades have a decent travel time and they also explode on impact. The closer you are, the more likely they are to hit. With this explosion you just gain 10% of your armor back, and if it kills the enemy, which more often than not it does, that's another 10k armor as well. You now have 3 seconds to apply as much of those buffs and stacks as you can get, because in 3 seconds you do it again. The enemy depletes the armor, they get a grenade in the face. This is a very comfortable way to play, and adding in that 30% explosive resistance comes in great use here, because as always, where you're teetering on the edge of no armor, explosions can really put a downer on your day. But with the demolitionist specialization and negotiators, you are very resistant to explosions. In my case, the full stack of armor buffs give me roughly another 80,000 armor, pretty much capping me out at 300,000 armor with just under 200,000 health. And this is very easy to keep on top of when using the Merciless itself. So sadly, and some have this as a turn off on this set, Merciless is pretty much a must have. Otherwise this set just doesn't work, as you are not able to consistently cause a boom to get the buffs. As for the second weapon, I have seen a lot of people using LMGs due to how I play this set, and LMG just doesn't work, as all it seems to do is constantly put things in cover by suppressing them. in turn making it a lot harder to maintain your buffs. For good damage output and some sustain, I suggest using an assault rifle. Try to get Ranger and Allegro, Ranger for more damage obviously and Allegro for more fire rate. This just generally ups your DPS as well as speeding up your buff gains. The faster RPM just means you're able to get the buffs stacking quicker. It doesn't actually increase your 5% chance, it just simply speeds up how quick they possibly can stack. Another great choice which I started using was an SMG due to the fire rate. You can build up your buffs so fast it's almost stupid. However, due to selective offensive attributes, most of the negotiators are defensive. It's very hard to build up an SMG properly, maximising your crit chance and crit damage with these limited options. So if you want to use an SMG, I found that the UMP is a great fit. Good fire rate, magazine and damage. It's near enough almost comparable to an AR. It just comes with that base 14.5% crit chance, which is helpful. As for skills, I use the Seeker Mine with Cluster. This is a great way to build up your stacks and armor in a pinch, as well as do some serious damage if you already have your full buffs. As a nice side effect, they also highlight enemies just in case you cannot see the cheeky bugger that is shooting you. For my second skill, I use the Revive Hive. Although I rarely have to use it with this build, it's a nice safety blanket, and in truth I'm not really too sure on what else to use. In all, Negotiators is not bad at all. It's just greedy and offers little in terms of team play. It's also quite restricting. You basically have to enjoy being a walking boom machine. Again, thank you very much to DJ-Tickle and his helpful group of people in aiding me in getting this amazing set. You should all go check him out. There are links to his Twitch and Discord in the description below. You'll need to be part of his Discord to get help in the raid, as it requires a lot of communication, and he does it off of a list, going down the list in the Discord. However, in the meantime, good luck, have fun, and don't die. It's bad for the health.